Chetek, out of Chetek, Wisconsin, from the sunny land of the North Woods and God's country. Now, I'm gonna put this, you know, when I was in the Navy, you had to have a life jacket on or a boatswain's chair. You went over the side to chip paint and you needed a lifeline. Well, this is my lifeline for up here. Now, if I'm up here too long, somebody just grab my string and pull me off the stage. And anyway, I had a few thoughts about, 50 years is a long, long time with the right woman. And I just love every bit of it. I remember the first trip when John was a baby. He was the firstborn, and we were going to see Grandma and Grandpa Stauber in Marshfield for the first time, traveling from Chicago. We had a 50 Plymouth, it was a 4-door sedan, and we loaded it to the gills. We had the diaper pail, we had the crib, and anything else you could think other than the kitchen sink. Now, we get up to Marshfield and have fun up there and all that stuff, and then it was time to go home. Well, Bernice says, I got the car loaded, see? And Bernice says, wait a minute, we gotta go see Uncle Otto and get some eggs. I says, eggs? She says, yeah, we got this crate, we get it filled with eggs and we'll take them home. I thought to myself, where the hell am I gonna put them? So, okay, you gotta apply, move everything out, get this, get that, you need space like that. So I managed. We got the eggs in there, we got them home, and not a one was broken. Anyway, since then, we've learned a few tricks. Now, in traveling, you always want to be prepared, especially you young folks when you're traveling with little ones like that. See, well, are we there yet? Are we there yet? When are we going to eat? Oh, there's a McDonald's. Let's go to McDonald's. Or there's a Burger King. Let's go to Burger King. Well, I learned after so many, 3 or 4 children, the doctor told me, he says, take a stop every 2 hours and let the youngsters out and romp around, which was a good idea. So then they didn't get too restless. After a while, I learned we could check in up here at 1 o'clock in the morning. So then I would time it from how long it's going to take me to get to Chicago, from Chicago to here, to get in here at noon to buy groceries. I wanted to get the full hours of my bucks. You check in at 1 and you check out at 9. And boy, on a short 3-day weekend or a 1-week vacation, somebody wants to go pick strawberries, no fishing on the lake. See? Oh, we got to do the laundry. Go to the laundromat and do the laundry. Well, some more fishing time is taken. But anyway, on the road, I learned you got to be prepared. I always carried one of these little 5-gallon, 5-quart pails, just in case. And it came in handy one time out in the middle of suburban, I guess you would call it urban, Madison. There's this big old field out there, nothing else around, no gas stations, nothing. See? And Bernice says, you know what? I says, no. She says, yeah. I says, well, that field has got high grass in it. Go over there and take the bucket. Nobody will see you if you stoop low enough. Well, it worked. See? When I was a kid, like these youngsters here, my brother-in-law and sister Marie used to take me swimming on the lakefront, lake at Chicago, Lake Michigan. And he taught me how to change from your bathing suit to clothes without being exposed too much. In other words, you weren't in a shelter. You sat down on the grass. I'm not going to do it now because I might have to. You slip your wetsuit off, you have your pants right there, you pull them up and bingo. And 50 feet away is Lakeshore Drive. All the cars are zipping by, up and back, up and back. You know, there you are. See, you gotta remember those tricks. If you get low enough, you don't get the bullet in the head. Here's a couple other things I learned to carry. You go on a picnic, you take some of this all the time because they don't always have what you need. Now today, I had to call home, or I had Peg call home and bring that roll of paper towels. Because in the men's room, this beautiful electric dryer wouldn't go on. So what do? Wipe them in your pants? No way, no way. Didn't have a corn cob handy. So what do? You gotta wash your hands, but then you gotta dry them. So we have the paper towels. I always carry one of these extra too. That's from Holiday Inn, see? You gotta have one of these because you never know when the
Ready to find out.
township deputy sheriff is around. He doesn't like you wetting their trees, especially if you're from Illinois. You come up here to Wisconsin and water their trees, and you'll get a ticket. So remember that. All right, here we go. Some more. Let's see. There we go. Rancho Grande. All right. This will come out. Hey, you ever drive on the freeway and try to get on the ramp when the 3 lanes are bumper to bumper and there's something holding the works up and you can't get in, you know, or if you want to switch lanes, well, you know what you do? You get you a pair of these, put them on, and they'll wave you right in. And anyway, you know, I was telling the folks the other night about the old man and the frog. See, now some of you heard this story about the frog. Well, this old guy was walking along the road, see, and I walk along the road sometimes too, and I run across this puddle, and sure enough, over there is this little old frog sitting next to the road on a lily pad. He says, Mister, will you give me a kiss, please? The wicked witch turned me. I was a beautiful girl and she turned me into a frog. If you give me a kiss, I'll be a beautiful damsel for you. I'll wash your clothes, do your dishes, paint your house. I'll do anything you ask me to. I pick up the frog, give the frog a ride on my hat. I'm walking along, I'm still going on my walk, my stroll. Mister, are you gonna give me a kiss? I says, I'll tell you what, frog. Oh, at my age, I don't need fair damsel. I need a talking frog. Wow. Now, can you hear this?
Yeah.
A little bit.
The frog is talking. You cut that out. Quit saying that. If you keep that up, I'll cut your legs off and fry them. Toot-toot-toot. Henny Youngman taught me this one. They said, the guy asked him, Henny, what the heck is that? He says, that's a toot-toot-toot. Hey, what do you mean? He says, you go toot-toot-toot, toot-toot-toot, toot-toot-toot. Now, you've seen my long horn, here's my short horn. And that's the show for tonight.